Greetings, good day. Today we are continuing on the lesson we started last week on Foundry. We want to talk about the use of the casting equipment, types of sand to use, and corporates and chapters. These will bring about a whole new section of the class, but these other two objectives will be basically continuing how we started last week. Alright? Now, for casting equipment, if you are doing a large casting, larger castings are formed onto the shop floor. But for smaller castings, we use what we call a flask. And the flask is a box. We will view these items later in the lesson. Hopefully long enough so you can pause your videos and draw them if necessary. The flask is a box that is used to form the shape of your casting. However, it is used on top of the shop table and obviously for smaller pieces. Alright, so shown here is a picture of the flask. And obviously the flask is made up of two parts. The cup is the top part and the jug is the lower part of the flask. It uses lugs or dowel pins to ensure that the cup is directly situated above the jug. Alright? So this here is the diagram of the flask, and I want to show you nearby how it is set up to include the sand and the other equipment needed. Alright, so here is a cutaway section of the flask, and you can see the different parts. Right? Now the pouring basin is where you pour your molten metal from, and the molten metal flows into the pattern, which is here, by way of the runner, and the hot gases escape through the riser. Right? So your rise, once you start pouring your molten metal, you will see when it starts floating up, and it is time for you to stop pouring. You have the pouring basin, which is made by use of the spoon tool and trowel, the runner, the actual casting here, the riser where the fluid comes up, dowel pin for location, unsifted sand, sifted sand, and of course again the jug and the cup. Alright? Alright, class. So the draw spike is what is used to insert in your pattern. The pattern is normally made from a close-grained piece of wood or hard rubber. So the draw spike is inserted in the pattern to remove it from the what would be green sand by that point. Alright? So of course, again, this is the draw spike. This now is your rammer, and the rammer has pins, P-I-E-N, just like your ball peen hammer. Right? So the rammer is used to force the sand closely packed around the pattern so that it will maintain its structural integrity during the pouring of the molten metal. Alright? Alright. The spoon tool and trowels are what are used to create the different shapes in your mold. Right? Spoon tool used for curves, and of course the trowel just used like the mason's trowel. Wherever you have a piece of the sand breaking away, they use the trowels to repair that section of the mold. Alright? Alright class. Moving on, we are now on to types of sand. Now, we have two basic different sand types that we use in producing the mold. Of course, if you think about it, the sand must have some form of structure in order to pour the molten metal in. And that kind of sand is called green sand. It has some amount of clay plus some moisture in it, so that once you shape the sand, it retains that shape. So there are ways now to test whether or not the green sand is too dry or too moist. In either cases, it will be detrimental to the shape of the mold. So a good test for green sand is to grab some of the sand in your hand, squeeze it as tightly as possible, and then let it go. Once it retains the shape, it should be good enough. If it is too dry, then you will find that it breaks away easily and crumbles in breaking. If it is too wet, then you will find it sloping or slumping, right? So you want to ensure that the sand has just the right amount of moisture to retain its shape and therefore be able to maintain the shape of any pattern that you have created using it. Having created the shape using the green sand, you want to use what we call now a parting sand, which is very dry, finely grained sand that is spread across the area where your pattern will go, and that is done to for the easy removal of the pattern. Just like when you know your parents baking and then flour the baking thing, where they add dry flour to ensure that the baked product, whether it's a pudding or a cake or whatever, is removed easily, right? So we have dry sand and we have green sand. Alright? Moving on again quickly, we want to talk about core prints and chaplets. A core print is what is used whenever your casting will have a hollow section in it. Core prints and chaplets, the use of core prints and chaplets are to ensure that there's a hollow section being cast into the product to be made. So the core print or the chaplet is the shape of whatever hollow section is necessary for a particular casting. The core print is the actual shape, and the chaplet is what holds the core print in position. Alright? I will forward some notes to you on this information. That's it. Thanks.